tonight's tale comes from Be Afraid. Be Very Afraid. A book of scary urban legends. Collected by Jan Harold Brunvand. The Mock Execution. A group of Birmingham students were discussing the question of hypnosis. They decided to try an experiment and invited into the lecture room a laboratory assistant who was always causing them problems and getting them into trouble. They explained to him that no one could be made to do anything under hypnosis that they would not do fully awake. They said that a student had been hypnotized, told to execute someone, and that they wanted the laboratory assistant to help prove the student would not go through with it. They asked the assistant to kneel down with his head bent as if ready to be chopped off. And the hypnotized student was then brought in, and with a suitable build-up, he gently dropped a wet towel across the back of the victim's neck. Unfortunately, the assistant was of a nervous disposition, and the shock of it brought on a heart attack and killed him. This is the tale of a single woman living alone who, in order to make herself feel more comfortable, decided to go to the local animal shelter and adopt a dog. She went for a Doberman. She thought it was big and intimidating, but the animal itself was very sweet, but she felt like she'd be more comfortable being at home. She and the dog got along swimmingly, but one day she noticed that it seemed to have trouble breathing, like it seemed to be choking on something. And she couldn't figure out what. There was something stuck in its throat. So she called the vet, saying she was rushing over with her dog, and off they went. And they tried, but they couldn't get this out of her throat. And they're like, "Ma'am, why don't you leave the dog with us over the night? We will take care of it. We will give you a call in the morning. Please go home and get some rest." So the woman drove home. Upon arriving at home, she'd only been home maybe 5 minutes when she got a call. And it was the vet. "Get out of the house now." "Are you crazy? I'm not leaving my house. I just got home." "Get out now." The woman still refused, and finally he said, "All right, if you aren't going to leave any other way, do you want to know what your dog was choking on?" "Human fingers." "What?" "Human fingers. Get out of your house." So she ran over to the neighbors and called the police immediately. The police hurried over to her house, and upon searching it, they found a man in her closet. He was barely holding on to life, and his hand was profusely bleeding and was missing 2 fingers.